finally see the video. Alright, welcome to episode 38 in the middle of winter here. You can see behind me the truck's coming along. In this episode, after the second test drive went terribly wrong, I had to, I broke the alternator and got oil in it. New used alternator, had to get a new radiator, and also fix the hood latch, install some more window seals, and bless you, and a bunch of stuff. Let's see what else. Also buy a Weber adapter. Also put in the Weber 38. Is this the one that includes the Weber 38? I think I just buy the adapter. Anyways, I think I also installed the rearview mirror on this one, or after this one, I forget. A bunch of little things, but mainly it's about the aluminum radiator. Putting a 510 radiator into a 521. Had to make an adapter to get it to fit correctly. I didn't want to just do spacers. And you got bad breath, dog. Anyways, so like, subscribe, and click the bell, all that stuff if you want to see more videos. This is episode 38. Oh. So check this out. The truck is actually level for the first time, I think, ever. Just a coincidence. I just lowered down to the ground and it's level. So enjoy this episode. There it is. My new Bumperettes. Exclusively for a 521. Funny thing is, they're labeled 620. Obviously they'll bolt on anything, but they don't match a 620 bumper. They match a 521 bumper exactly. If you look at the style with that flat spot in the middle, exact same shape. It's got that flat there. 620 doesn't have that. 720 doesn't have that. 520, 521 Bumperettes. Get it right, people. It's gonna look so cool. Gotta make some brackets. So my second test drive ended in failure. I'm not sure, but it feels like the thermostat didn't open because it wasn't boiling, but I just figured out, I just tried to put some water in here as a test, and it all came out the bottom. There's a huge hole in the bottom of the radiator. Not sure what, if the thermostat even bad now. Maybe just the radiator failed. Not sure. It was 180 degrees, which is what it's supposed to open at. No, it was actually 195 when I did it with the gun. It was 195 the thermostat. It was like 140. I'm not sure if the thermos is bad before you order a new one, but now I need a new radiator because I got a massive hole. So I thought everything looked wet in here. I know I had to drive through the rain, but I think it was spraying all over the fan. Massive hole down the middle bottom. Now I need to get a radiator. Oh, what a mess. But I think I've got an idea on how to fix the latch. I need to fix that latch. Well, my second test drive ended in massive failure. My thermostat seized. That was not good. So the truck started overheating. Tried to check it. Couldn't open the hood because the little thing kept falling off. So I couldn't open the hood. And then when I finally just drove it home, something happened to the radiator. All the water drained out of it. There's a massive hole down here. I don't know if you can see. There's a massive hole down here in the bottom radiator. I heard on the video when I was at the gas station, the truck was making that ticking noise again. I think something shot out of the alternator and poked a hole in the radiator. So the truck wanted to overheat no matter what. So I just picked up a new one of these radiators. I think it was on Amazon. I thought it was 100% aluminum. It is. I tested it with a magnet. Definitely aluminum, but it's like spray painted silver. That's not, doesn't look like aluminum. Anyways, I don't care. Maybe I'll spray paint it black. That looks better anyways, more authentic. And I even got a new cap and drain plug. This cap I think is from 1970. But the best thing about this lightweight aluminum radiator is, check this out. It's like an inch skinnier. Definitely skinnier on the top. A little bit skinnier on the front. So when I want to put air conditioning in here in the future. I'm hoping I can stick a condenser back here somewhere. I got to figure that out before summer, because I definitely want air conditioning. But other than that, all these little rubber plugs, and it was actually airtight. So before I put this in, I got to fix this hood latch. I got a new thermostat coming. I won't be here for a few more days. I know Nissan date stamp, so I don't see a date on here. It says 180, which is what it's supposed to be. But I had 194-degree water 10 minutes after I got home. It was like 140 here, so it definitely wasn't open. I'm pretty sure anyways. And then I tried to put water in it, and it all came out, gushing out the bottom. But at least it sounds good now. I don't hear that ticking noise anymore, which I thought was the valves, or just the valves. There was something, I think, in the alternator that came flying out like a bullet. Took out my original radiator. So anyways, I got to figure out this latch. It works perfectly, but just driving around, I'll just fall out. But for some stupid reason, it won't stay on that hook. So let's see, now I gotta redesign that. I think that ball on that brand new cable is too small, because I just can't get it to stay adjusted where it'll stay on the ball. Alright, here's an unboxing of a Transdapt Weber / Holley adapter for the L series. This will fit the L16, L18, L20 supposedly. Now the interesting thing on the box, it actually says on here 1600 to 1800 is the 2107, and somewhere else I read it fits Holley carburetors if you wanted to do a Holley. It's a 2107. So it's supposed to be the DG on this side, and the L16, L20, L18, probably all the L4 cylinders on the bottom. Made by TD. Never seen one of these anywhere else, so the only thing I didn't like is that it came with hardware studs for the Weber side, and they're standard, like 5/16, which is kind of annoying because the whole engine, as you know, is metric. Alright, so I finally got the hood on this thing, as you can probably tell. And the hood release, pretty cool. The hood bracket, got that trim on here, got the emblem. I even installed the rubber bushing things. That's all cool. Okay, since I just destroyed my original radiator with a bolt or something, put a hole in it, bought a new radiator, so it's just seeing what the distance is. There's just almost an inch of clearance in here. Let's see if I can actually see with the tape measure. I just put a 3/4 inch block of wood in there. And that's probably the most accurate way to measure it. And there's enough room, so there's about an inch of clearance between the fan. I want to compare that to the new radiator. The 3/4 inch clearance with the factory radiator, stock L16. Make a note of that. Okay, so I've got an idea on how to fix my problem with the hood cable keeps falling off. This is the original clamp. The problem is the cable just falls off all the time. I don't know if it's broken or missing a piece. But I think the factory ball on the factory cable must be bigger or something. And I've got an aftermarket cable, so it just keeps falling off no matter what I do. So I drilled it out, and I made a new one out of square tubing, 3mm bolt. And it's pretty cool. It's more like the throttle cable. You got to put the ball in and then turn it. It comes out the hole on the side. So that'll be a lot safer. I just can't have this thing falling off because I needed to get under the hood. It was overheating. That hole in the radiator. I couldn't open the hood because this stupid thing fell off. Not reliable. It needs to be 100% reliable. Alright, here's the Transdapt 2107 Datsun L series. Could fit the L16, L18, L20, any L series. There's only 3 in the US, but Nissan makes a lot more L series. 4 cylinders, obviously. The rest of the world. But it's just a big block of cast aluminum. Came with new nuts and studs, which I'm not going to use because they're standard. And so I don't want any standard stuff. This whole engine's metric. Why change now? So I'm upgrading the truck. Everything I've been upgrading has been going to metric, like brakes, electrical, whatever, suspension, steering. So no reason to go backwards. The good thing is they're a weird size, like 5/16. They're almost like a 1.5 thread pitch, almost. But I was able to convert these three to 8mm 1.25. Super easy, not much effort. I've got tons of 8x1.25 nuts and bolts. This is, for example, from like a 2016 MR-A8 DE motor. This is just the stock modern intake manifold bolts on modern engines. Exact same as the old 70s stuff. That fits nicely now. So yeah, just convert to 8x1.25. You can throw away these. These are almost like a 13mm or a ½ inch. Like I said, I don't want to carry around standard stuff. So that's the only thing I don't like about this thing so far. I gotta try it out and make sure it fits next. But supposedly a red, this thing fits Subarus as well, but on the back here it fits DG carbs, DGV. So hopefully the 38 and the 3236 says 1600, 1800, which is kind of odd. I guess this is so old that it was before the 2-liter came out, and they never updated the documentation. This thing hasn't been updated since 75. That's kind of scary. I think it's actually, I've never heard of this company before, TD Trans. It may even be made in USA, which is cool. I can't tell. Doesn't say anywhere, but I could tell. So I'm pretty sure it's a US based company. I just don't know where they make their stuff. It doesn't say. Then I don't know. Just says since 1954. Yeah, no idea. Anyways, let's see if it fits both my 3236 and my 38. Check this out to convert this thing. I don't even need my tool. I don't even need a ratchet. It's so similar. You can see the shavings falling out. Can you? It's fine. There we go. Went through. That was actually, that's odd. The shavings. Just took off a tiny bit of material to make it 8x125. Cool. Now I can throw away those studs. I don't have anything that needs them. This is what it came with. Which is weird, like a different pitch on each end. I don't know. I don't know what they're thinking. Alright, so this new 510/521 alloy radiator that's spray painted silver doesn't just fit. It fits in a sense that it's the right shape and the hose outlet's in the right place, the right size, but it actually rubs on here, and it's because the thing needs to lean. If you look at the original 521 radiator, there's a 19mm 3/4 inch distance between this one and this one. The whole radiator is leaning to match the engine lean. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's a good pie shape. So if you don't have that lean, there's a couple of problems. One is the tank hits the core support. You can put a little spacer in here. I tried that, 1/4 inch or something. That helps. It's still rubbed. The bottom tank, for some reason, is bigger. The new tanks are the same size, and their bottom tank is bigger than the old tank, so that hit. So I had to cut that. So what I did instead, where is it? I fabbed up some spacers that are 3/4 inch square tubing. I think it's 14 gauge. Drilled holes. I think they're like 7 inches apart or whatever. And I put them on an angle that's 3/4 inch space, which is the angle you need. I'm gonna, some old scrap metal, I was just doing a test, and it fits really good now, just with some longer bolts, and now it's got the right lean. Now look at the spacing here. Let's turn on the light. And the radiator and the core support. The radiator could easily drop down quite a bit. I mean, in theory, it should be mounted a little bit closer like that. If I do that, I've got like 1.5 inches of space between the radiator and the core support for condenser, evaporator, condenser, right? So I think I'm going to be able to get an air conditioning system in here. I was going to use the original radiator, but that obviously failed, or I destroyed that one. Anyways, looking good for air conditioning. Alright, so here's my new and improved lid latch, a little square tubing. You can see that cable. Ain't gonna fall out of there now. Works beautifully and reliable. The way to get that out is you gotta take the hood latch out. You can't just, you may be able to bend it, but no, it basically doesn't come out, which it doesn't need to come out. So I think I finally solved that problem. All right, so the factory radiator's got like a 4-degree lean. Let me see. Wow. Yeah, it's like 3.5, 4 degrees. So that's because the engine leans back, dry shaft angle, you know, it's 3 degrees. So it's like 3.5, whatever. So the new radiator for the 510 doesn't have that lean. Obviously, I could put a bunch of washers under there, and I did that already with like some sway bar bushings. But it was kind of fiddly putting longer bolts on an angle with rubber, and I was afraid the rubber may vibrate out because the bolts aren't tight. So designed some complex, took some, it was 3/4 inch square tubing. This is kind of like the almost finished product. So what I'm doing is took square. So the new radiator's installed. I had to drop it down because I had to make brackets to give it back to 4 degrees. This is a 510 radiator. Every radiator I saw was not like the original with the 4-degree lean. So I guess the cars, the 510s, are straight. I guess the firewall leans, and then the trucks, it's straight. So the brackets are different on a truck radiator. So to put the car radiator in the truck, I had to make some adapters that lean it out. Because if I didn't do that, it hit up here, it hit down there. The radiator hose was too short. I put some spacers under the bolts, and that helped a little bit, but this hose was still kind of tight. And you can see it wanted to rub here. Anyways, I just made an adapter. It's temporary. I'm going to put air conditioning in here soon. Actually, that's supposed to be here today, actually. I've ordered air conditioning, parts of it. So I got to check my shipping. That was supposed to be here today. But, yeah, and I think I already mentioned, I got that thing on, hood latch on, got these drilled out. But rib nuts up here, I had to drill huge holes in the hood to get that on. I'm loving the hood. What else have I done? Oh, I just installed the second horn. I got 2 horns. That actually works. So here's the stock truck radiator. You can see there's a 4-degree difference. Also, the bottom tank is small. The top tank is big. But here's what happened. Something flew out of my alternator. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a huge hole right there. My original radiator, which is kind of sad. So I may save that, or I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I hate to throw it away. It's heavy brass, copper. Last another 100 years, but I'm going to see if I can get that repaired. I finally got a rear view mirror. I don't know if you can see that. It's the original rear view mirror. Oh, it's kind of dark in here. I painted it red, then I painted it black, and I just painted it black again. And that's working great. And also, I just raised my steering wheel up about another inch and a half. I don't know, but I simplified this bracket, and it was adjustable. And I was able to push it up, I think at least another 1/2 inch or so. So it's easier to get in now. And Santa gave me a little Datsun keychain, which is pretty cool. From my daughter, I appreciate that. I don't know if I ever mentioned that I have Frontier floor mats. I got 2024 Frontier floor mats in this thing. So we're getting there. Here's the Transdapt adapter for the Webers 2107. Couldn't find anything about these online or anywhere. Nobody talks about them. I made a short video about this already, but basically it says it fits L16 and L18 Datsuns. It raises it up 1.75 inches, which is good and bad. And I also read it fits the Hollies, but all I care about is Webers. I got 2 Webers now, but I think it's even American made. The only thing I didn't like about it is it used some weird 5/16 bolts. I was able to convert that back to 8mm, tap it out. It's not going to use standard Nissan. I'm actually using some original 1974 L20 studs. So this is an L20 manifold, and it doesn't say it fits an L20, but somebody put a mention on my short video. I think the reason why they don't list the L20 is the L20, the block is 1 inch taller. So hood clearance is going to get to be an issue. So I don't know if it's going to work, but I do like it. I do like the fact that it's a one piece. When I took the last carburetor off last week and put on the new carburetor, these bolts were loose again and the gasket was saturated. But we'll figure that out when we get there. I think I'm going to need the other air cleaner. They make 2 air cleaners, these Webers. There's one that's like half the size, because it's getting pretty close. If I take out this 1-piece adapter and put in that 1-piece adapter, the thing is going to go up like 1.5 inches or something, or 1 3/8 inches. That would say it was. It's going to go up quite a bit. So I'm going to need to put the smaller air cleaner, and then it's still going to be close. And then if I put in the L20 block, it's going to go up another inch. So you can see it's already pretty tight. So I don't know. It's going to get interesting. But that's the ideal. I want that 1-piece adapter, and I want the L20 block. And I want to be able to close the hood. So we'll get to that when we get to it. But I'm not going to be doing a K swap anytime soon in the future. Alright, so it's time to put the window squeegees back in. I thought these were broken. I thought they were missing the rubber, so I was going to throw them away and buy new ones. When I went to buy new ones, they do make these new. This is what they look like. Piece of galvanized steel with a piece of chrome and a piece of rubber or whatever. There's 4 clips per thing. I just installed one of them. Super easy. I thought these were different sizes. I think it's just broken. That one's just broken. Because there was one short clip on the other one, but I think that's just a broken clip. This is good enough. So this is what it looks like installed. It's not like conventional, modern day cars where it's rubber like this. There's no rubber. It's all steel and cloth. I guess just to help some of the water from getting in there, so the water just gets in there. So pretty easy. Saved me some money. I think they're like $80 new. I'll just put these back on.